The following story has been brought to you by StoriesToInspire.org.
As the stories about Reb Gershon Zichrono Livracha come pouring out, there's one common denominator to almost every story, and that was his incredible anava, Reb Gershon's amazing humility. Here are two short but powerful stories about Reb Gershon. A bacher once arrived at the Panovich yeshiva on the first day of his man. He'd never been there before. He didn't know where the yeshiva was exactly, and it seems like he was a block away from the yeshiva. He's lugging two heavy suitcases and a handbag and a hat box. And he sees an elderly gentleman walking by, and he says to him, "Slicha, efo kekara yeshiva?" Where exactly is the yeshiva? And the elderly gentleman says to him, "Oh, it's Ba'am Shech, it's up there. You know what? I work for the yeshiva. I'm an employee. Come, let me show you how to go there. And then give me one of your suitcases. You're carrying so many different things." And the bacher says, "Oh, thank you so much." And he gives this elderly gentleman a wheelie. And the gentleman helps him bring it all the way up to the yeshiva. And he finds his room, and he brings his suitcases and everything to his room. And the bacher was dismayed and shocked the next day to realize that the elderly employee of the yeshiva who had schlepped his suitcases was his Rabbi, Reb Gershon Edelstein. But this wasn't an anomaly in Reb Gershon's life. He had no zich, he had no self, and therefore there was an opportunity to help a bacher, and he actually genuinely felt he was an employee of the yeshiva. Why shouldn't he help him? Which brings us to the second incredible story. We know that Rav Shach Zichrono Livracha was Rosh Yeshiva in Panovich, and there was a long line all the time leading to Rav Shach's apartment. People wanted to get brachas, eitzes from the Gadol Hadar. One time there was a very long line. And Rav Shach came outside and he saw this long line. He says, "Listen, I'm not going to be able to talk to everybody, but if you go literally down the block, it's Reb Gershon Edelstein. He's a guy Noilam. He's a Gadol B'Torah. He's a Gadol Hadar. Go to him." And a few people listened to Rav Shach and they went to Reb Gershon. They knocked on the door and they said, "Rav Shach sent us here." And Rav Gershon says, "Oh, you must be hungry. I guess that's where Rav Shach sent you here." And he begins to take out bread and butter and start making sandwiches for them. And they're like, "No, came here for eitzer, we came here for a bracha," and Reb Gershon didn't understand why they were there. That was his Reb Gershon's anava. That was his humility. And that's why Reb Gershon's deep care and love for every single Talmud was a constant. It was present all the time, regardless what the bacher was, the biggest Balkishon, the best bacher in the yeshiva, or the weakest link in the entire yeshiva. Reb Gershon loved them avas nefesh. His ego didn't even exist, and because of that, he was able to relate to them and bring them up in the most incredible way.
Enjoyed this story? Come again. Bring a friend. StoriesToInspire.org